Frodo in the garden. It's almost like a garden troll. Yeah. Hi, Frodo. Yes, it's raining. It's drizzling. It's Sunday, November 6th, November 7th. About 20 after 2 actual time now that we ended daylight savings time overnight. Otherwise it would have been 20 after 3. But it is a very November day, with the exception of the temperatures. 64 is a high. That's actually what the low was overnight too. It never got below that. It's been very muggy the last couple of days. We had some sun. We had some good sunny days, very warm this week. And it's going to change later this week. After Tuesday, we're going to get a cold day, probably not hitting 50, then warming up a little bit. And then after this upcoming weekend, it looks like we'll be getting into proper November weather. Temperatures at night getting around down into the low 20s. So we're going to start getting the freeze in, and the driveway is done just in time. So hopefully as things freeze, this gets nice and hard. It'll be very easy to plow. So that is all set. Beautiful material here, don't you think, Frodo? Yeah? It really brings out your lighter color too. Oh, you picked up a bug. Did you pick that up when you were laying in the garden, huh? Well, just really want to get some footage of the trees. There's not very much left, just these cherry type trees, the one by the house and the one over by Rico's old shed. That one is just starting to turn. And yet even the oaks that still had some leaves are pretty much done. Just a few bits and bobs here and there. So you can see where we had raked and cleared out just this area, that all filled in again. And then once that tree gives everything up, we'll probably do one more finish up in the dooryard. The cauliflower leaves are still doing good despite all the frost, but as you can see, the marigolds and the pepper plants and everything else did not survive. We did have one night during the week, despite the warmer temps, where it got down to 28, I think, overnight. So that was our first real hard frost, I'd call it. So anything that was not cold hardy, like the kale, right, despite getting chewed up by the deer, that's still growing. We've had kale growing with snow on the ground, easy. Some of the grasses are fairly cold hardy up here. The wisteria looks like kind of half and half. You still got some tender leaves that are okay, but that's giving up the ghost little by little. And there's not much else. I went by the hydrangea. The heads are all dried up. Probably work my way back around. So a little bit of color here left, all fading. And then stalks. Just a couple of days ago, we still had a lot of yellow leaves hanging out on the stalks of the Solomon seal. This lasted quite a while, and now they're all down. But I did want to point out again, look at the dahlia. These blooms a little bit, took a little bit of a hit. There's even a little green buggy on there. So some of the leaves did get hit by the frost. Indeed, some of the stalks too, but I think it's just protected enough over here that it managed to overall survive. Even some of the mums got hit kind of hard by the frost. I don't know if you just saw my big ghost child there. A Vinkavine hanging out, the purple dragon. Again, protected by the house, so any of the more serious frost isn't quite going to get it. These Vinkavine are doing good. In fact, they're opening up some new leaves over here too. A little bit of new growth still. We just did a little bit on the path, just clearing some of the leaves out because they get slick as it gets rainier and wetter. Donkeys are out enjoying a little bit. It was much more steady rain about an hour ago. And man, was it windy overnight. There probably would have still been more leaves on the oaks, more for those winds. I think Misha might have knocked that geranium over. He was out here hunting yesterday, making quite the ruckus. Amazingly, this rose, which even in the early frost we had, it was already starting to lose its leaves, but it still managed to hold on to just a little bit, keep them yellow. And the hydrangea here, that is done for the season. That last frost. But still pretty impressive. I mean, again, these groups are nice and big. Still following me, Frodo? Yeah. No snow in the forecast yet, but that's only a matter of time now. So we'll get some of that. I think that's about it, Frodo. We're going to keep it short. Yeah. What do you say? You kind of look like a woolly bear caterpillar. What do you say? Is it going to be a long winter or a short winter? What does the short brown stripe mean in the cat? You don't know? Didn't teach you that in black and white cat school? Come on, let's head in, sweetheart. All right, everyone. Happy November. Happy end of daylight savings time. I'm not a fan. I'd rather have the longer daylight in the afternoon than get about a month's worth of extra daylight still too late in the morning. Well, now, my friend, what do we have sprouting up in here? What did your mom say she... Was it... No, it wasn't peony. I'll have to check. Mom did say she put down a bunch of little seeds in here. And I see somebody dug up one of the daffodil bulbs already. Right over there. But poppies, maybe. I think maybe Mom said it was going to be poppies. So that's something to look forward to in the spring already. Got some poppies if they don't die off from blooming too soon and then frost comes in. I'm not sure. Maybe have to redo that in the spring. But anyway, that's it. That is first week of November done. As I usually say this time of year, the next video is probably going to look a lot different. I'm surprised that the weather lasted this long. So, all right, Frodo, that's a wrap. There's not much to show. Little girl. All right. Teddy, by the way, is inside. He's got tummy ache today, so that's why he's not out. He's been out quite a number of times already today, trying to take care of that. So, anyway, thanks for watching. Hi, Sebastian. Where's your ball? Huh? Where's that ball? Hey. There it is. Hey. So Sebastian is about 6 months old. He is a golden doodle. He's from about 2 towns away is where his breeder, Bittersweet Farms. You're all done? You can go walk around a little bit. And we just brought him home this week. You wanna go look at what's left of the sunflowers? Hard to tell. It's pretty dry in there. Some bits. I haven't seen a lot of activity, but the chickadees have been active in the yard in general. So there's no seeds down there. Focus. There you go. So maybe I should look into that and see if these have a different type of seed. Maybe if there's tiny little seeds in those bits. What do you say? We're going to have to investigate that? Alright, well, there's the big introduction. This is Sebastian. No, leave this one. Yeah, he's a 6-month-old. He's got to get into everything. Alright, come on, let's get you inside before you chew up everything. Come on. Let's go. Good boy. Come on, in you go.